Admiral Zexthara of the Hegemony Fleet stared at the tactical display with 3 of her 4 eyes twitching in disbelief. The human vessel approaching their position defied every principle of military engineering she had learned in her 2 centuries of service. "Status report," she commanded, her tentacles gripping the command console. "Ma'am, the human ship, it appears to be constructed primarily of scrap metal, duct tape, and what our scanners identify as pasta sauce cans?" Lieutenant Krill's voice wavered with uncertainty. The UES absolutely not regulation drifted into visual range, and Admiral Zexthara felt her secondary stomach churn. The ship looked like it had been assembled by blind children during an earthquake. Hull plating was mismatched, engines were duct-taped to the superstructure, and someone had apparently welded cooking pots to serve as sensor arrays. Most disturbing of all, graffiti covered nearly every surface, including what appeared to be a crude drawing of a human making an obscene gesture. "Sir," came the transmission from the human vessel, "this is Captain Murphy of the Absolutely Not regulation. We're here to escort the relief convoy through your blockade." Admiral Zexthara activated her comm system. "Human vessel, you are outnumbered 50 to 1. Your ship appears to be held together by prayer and adhesive. Surely you cannot be serious about engaging my fleet." "Dead serious, tentacle face. And we're not engaging your fleet." Captain Murphy's voice carried an unsettling confidence. "We're going through it." The human ship lurched forward with all the grace of a drunken asteroid. Its engines sputtered, backfired, and produced smoke in colors that violated several physics laws. Yet somehow, impossibly, it accelerated. "Open fire," Admiral Zexthara commanded. Plasma bolts and quantum torpedoes streaked toward the human vessel. Direct hits lit up the Absolutely Not regulation like a festival display. When the energy dissipated, the ship was still there, now missing several hull plates and apparently on fire in 3 different sections. "Damage report," Admiral Zexthara demanded. "Ma'am, our scans show the human ship has taken catastrophic damage to everything. Life support is failing, engines are operating at 12% efficiency, and their main reactor appears to be a modified coffee machine." "Then why," the Admiral hissed, "is it still moving?" The human ship rolled drunkenly through the formation, somehow avoiding collision by pure chance. As it passed the flagship, a section of hull fell off and crashed onto the Admiral's bridge viewport. "Regulation," came Murphy's voice again, "requesting permission to perform emergency maintenance." "What kind of maintenance?" Admiral Zexthara found herself asking despite her better judgment. "Standard human field repairs. Johnson, hand me that hammer and some of that super sticky tape stuff." Through her external cameras, the Admiral watched in horror as a human in a pressure suit emerged from the ship and began hitting critical systems with a primitive tool while his companion applied adhesive strips to hull breaches. The impossible happened. The ship's engines roared back to life, the fires went out, and the reactor stabilized. "How?" whispered Lieutenant Krill. Admiral Zexthara had studied human psychology extensively. She knew about their tendency to anthropomorphize machinery, their illogical attachment to clearly inferior equipment, and their supernatural ability to make broken things work through sheer belligerence. But this defied explanation. The Absolutely Not regulation completed its transit through the hegemony formation. Not through superior firepower or advanced technology, but through the simple fact that the universe itself seemed unwilling to let something so aggressively stupid actually die. "Admiral," her communications officer reported, "the human convoy is requesting passage." Admiral Zexthara looked at the 70-ship relief convoy approaching their position, then at the single human warship that had just demonstrated the complete inadequacy of conventional military doctrine. "Stand down," she ordered. "Let them pass." "Ma'am?" "Lieutenant, in 300 years of military service, I have learned one absolute truth about warfare." She gestured toward the human ship, which was now playing what appeared to be music from its weapon systems. Never engage an enemy whose equipment is too stupid to know it should be destroyed. As the convoy passed safely through hegemony space, Captain Murphy's voice crackled over the comm one final time. "Thanks for the escort practice, Admiral. The absolutely not regulation appreciates good sports." The human ship limped away into hyperspace, leaving behind only confusion, several hull fragments, and the lingering smell of burned coffee. Admiral Zexthara added another entry to her tactical manual. When facing humans, remember that their greatest weapon is not their technology, but their absolute refusal to acknowledge when they should logically be dead.